But when you become a senior, you're more relaxed because you've taken most of your core classes, so you're really just taking your senior seminar, your PE class, and just more of the fun classes that you're taking. So they might say, oh, they're a senior, they're not studying as much as I'm studying. I don't need to study because look at them, they made it all the way through, and they don't know that they actually went through a lot to get to the point of where they are now.
And also, I really liked my freshman dorms. Like, I'm close with a lot of sophomores now just because of living on the floor with them, and I feel like that bond lasts through all 4 years. So I think it's a good idea to have freshmen living with freshmen.
There's a lot of ideas on the table, and it's really interesting to see how it's all going to work out.
It kind of gets confusing though with all these. I know. Reading it, I was like, okay.
Yes, there's it's what 36 pages, a 36-page PDF file.
PDF.
Oh my. So I guess you can find it through Moodle.
Yeah. It's a lot to go through, but at the same time, it's things that are going to affect you starting probably next year. So it's important to go through those pages.
Well, one thing I'm like wondering if it will affect us is they're talking about winter term, like letting it like be a credit towards our major and stuff, and I'm like, will that affect us? Because that would be nice.
I love winter term this year. Well, how am I going to say I love? I'm excited for winter term because this year I'm going to Ghana.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I know.
I haven't figured out my winter term yet.
Really?
I'm going to take a class. Are you going away or?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but
I'm excited to stay on campus this semester.
I think I'm going to stay on campus next semester. I was just so excited. I said, oh, I get to come to DePauw now, and now I have this winter term, and I'm really excited because they're going to study the slave trade. And that is, I think that'll be really interesting, and just to know it's not just Black history, it's American history, because it affected every single American in this country. And it affected many other countries also, and especially African countries that lost that many people. And I think it's something that we really should look more into, because I did a history competition, and after I learned about so much of American history, it's changed a lot of my perspectives on life. And I think I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And we have to write a paper for it, so why not let it count for credit?
yeah. I was talking to my father about this, that there's just so many different choices, and I really love history, so I would really love to go to Europe and study a little bit of history. And I was concerned about the cost. If I did something this year, if I wouldn't be able to do something in the next years. My dad was like, you have 4 winter terms. These are like 4 passes for you to just do some of the coolest things that you can do.
Right.
So,
because you're not going to get that many opportunities outside of college, like to go and learn about another culture. You can get that, but the best times is in college, because you'll go with people who know something about it already, such as the professors, and then they have connections who have connections, and I think it's the best time to do something like this.
In terms of big changes on campus, another thing that we have going on is they're considering, remember when the architects came a few weeks ago? And
for the hub?
People could go to the fishbowl and kind of talk with an architect about what they'd like to see on campus. And one idea that they're having is changing the entrance of the campus, because it feels like when you drive in, you just arrive to DePauw, but you don't feel like
hey, welcome to DePauw.
Here's DePauw.
Right. You just have a sign pointing towards DePauw. Then you drive on the campus. Then you see the sign that says DePauw University.
So one of the ideas is to make Anderson Street the new big entrance. So that's kind of interesting.
That'll be neat. I've been to Ball State several times, and it's always kind of like, I wouldn't say exciting, that might be stretching it, but it's nice to know, like, here's officially where Ball State starts, and like you go through I guess it's called the Golden Gate, or no, the Pearly Gates is what they call it. So I think it's a cool thing to have, like a grand entrance into your little world.
It's good for college tours. I know the times I have been to Ball State and it wasn't on a college tour from high school, we didn't even go that way. So I think it would possibly be a good idea, but at the same time, once you get on the campus, I don't see the big deal. But when you're taking college tours and looking at prospective colleges, I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna sound cheesy, but all this talk about studying and academics is making me very hungry. And this week, I got to visit another downtown restaurant, and let's take a look.
little feel of the old school with the new fountain bar. Old school style. We originally started down around the corner in a basement, and we were treasures in the cellar. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 8. If you come in at lunch, we can pretty much get your food to you within 10 or 15 minutes. We make lots of soup. We've probably made over 50 different varieties of soup over the last 4 years. My first bite of the taco soup. It has kind of like a chili flavor. It's good. We make a really big cinnamon roll that has lots and lots of cinnamon in it, and then we bake those every day, and we put the icing on them fresh. This used to be the old Fleener's Drug Store and soda fountain, and when I was in middle school, I used to come up here after school and drink cherry Cokes. So, sitting back in the booth in the corner, being in middle school, I would have never dreamt that 30 plus years later I would be owning it and having the soda fountain and serving cherry Cokes.
Big rock candy mountains, in the big rock candy mountains, there's a land that's fair and bright.
Have you guys ever been to Treasures on the Square?
I have not, unfortunately. I've been really wanting to go this year, but I haven't had the time.
I know it's so hard to find the time to walk around. So
I've heard really good things about Treasures on the Square. What did you eat?
I had taco soup, which was delicious. When we were filming it, I kept saying taco salad. I think in my mind, I wanted taco salad. And I also had a Reuben burger, and I also had an ice cream soda. And I have not had one of those. And I talked to my grandfather afterwards. I said, "What's an ice cream soda?" Because the lady, she was telling us about it, the owner. And he said, "Oh my gosh, they have those?" I said, "Yes." He said, "I'm coming to visit you because I have to have one." And I've never heard of them. My mom, she didn't even know what I was talking about. So you really do have to ask your family, older members in your family, what are they? But it's really just as she explained, it's just carbonated fountain water. And then you have the syrup because I had strawberry, so strawberry syrup, and then ice cream on top, and they mix it all together.
That sounds delicious.
sounds so good.
So would you definitely recommend this for other people?
I do. I'm gonna start giving my star ratings, and I'm gonna give them a 4-star rating.
Okay.
Out of
4. So
Okay.
1 to 4.
awesome.
Yes.
All right.
And their cinnamon rolls.
my goodness.
I'm gonna have to make a trip one Saturday morning. Their cinnamon rolls are to die for. They are delicious.
You have one of those too?
Yes.
I would go on one of these trips. Jeez, that sounds like you check out the whole menu.
Yes.
Very jealous. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to watch us at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. daily on D3 TV or online at www.theviewfromdepaw.com.